107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
Quakes House WBLS, and it's a privilege and an honor to have this man in the house. He's been in the house a couple times, called in for me. Good friend of mine. You know it. The only shutdown corner ever. Didn't even get in the huddle. Just stayed on the side.
Wasn't nothing to talk about. Quake!
Nothing at all. Got his show, second season coming out, Deion's Family Playbook on the OWN network. The one and only. I call him prime time. Partied in this club back in the day. Give it up for the one and only, my good friend, Deion Sanders in the building. What up, man?
Son, that was a legendary introduction by a legendary man. You know, your homework assignment today, Google him, and you're going to have to tell me 3 different things about him on the plane tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your son right there. How you doing, man? I spoke to you when he came in. Love his hair, man.
I used to be like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, got that way back. Hey, man, how you doing?
Great.
Got so much to talk to you about. How's about the show, man? You're in your second season, man.
We're excited. We're elated. We have huge expectations.
Yes.
And we just want to open eyes and just really challenge fathers, men to be fathers, man. Raise your babies, man.
Listen, man. And
encourage your babies. Be there for your babies.
Come on, man.
Know they teachers. Know they shoe size.
Come on, man.
Know something of them. Know what they like to eat. Know they
Listen
dislikes.
to me, man. I'm listening, and you know me and you are friends. Your show does a lot for single fathers that goes through the trials and tribulation when they're not the custodian father.
True.
And you have to share custody. And can you briefly tell people?
You walking so light right there. I'm
light
you,
because your son is here too.
Yeah, you're so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
What's the difficulties for that man when you in that own little element that you feel like, hey man, listen, man, I just can't go no farther because it's better off just go and let him be with her than go to that emotional blackmail. You have to go back to.
My God, that's a good word. That's a good description.
Yeah, it's emotional blackmail because you sitting there. I want to love my child, but at the same token, this person grabs it back and forth, and you got to deprogram them, and you got to you honest with yourself. Like it ain't the child's fault. But together, they're like a package deal because they protect their mama and the rest. So please, man, tell them I watched that episode.
Yeah.
I seen the one when that was tough. And I sit there and I'm going through the same type of situation.
It was tough.
So explain that to them.
The things we didn't show you was really tough. So we had to clean it up. Usually reality shows falsify a lot and put it out there. We had to clean it up so you could get it because it was hard to handle. Oftentimes, the parent that's hurting normally utilizes the child to spank the other adult that's involved.
Exactly.
And the parent that's hurting don't understand that when you're using the child to spank the man or spank the woman, you're damaging what's in betwixt, and that's normally the child.
Right.
So you can't hit me with him and not damage him.
Right.
Because you're really not affecting me because right now my emotions are not attached to you anymore.
True.
So the only way you could get my emotions is to affect my child because I have an attachment emotionally to him or her.
Well, how does this affect the children with it being played out in the public arena? I mean, you go from blogs to TV and we see things, and I'm sure kids hear things and say things.
And they can read.
And they can read
things. On social media.
Of course.
Right.
So how does that affect them, and how do you navigate that course?
It affects them tremendously, but something that's a wonderful medication is love.
Okay.
But oftentimes it's hard to medicate what's not in your possession.
Exactly.
So the fathers that don't have the custody, or the mothers that don't have the custody, it's hard for them to medicate that pain with love because you don't have them all the time. Mm-hmm. And when you get them on a weekend or whatever, you want to put so much in them and have such a good time, it's hard to really parent them because then you're just fun dad or fun mom on that weekend.
Hey, let me ask you this, Deion. The show is great. Do you ever sometime wake up and say, man, look at all this money they giving these boys playing this ball, man. I asked for $100 million with these fools getting down.
I tried to kidnap Pacquiao and go in there with Mayweather myself. I know Pacquiao wasn't going to win, but I could have got what Pacquiao got.
Yeah.
So, you think about that, but also then you got to think about the guys that paved the way for us.
True.
They're feeling the same way.
Yeah.
They're feeling the same way, but I do. That's normal.
What were your takes on the draft that just recently took place? What do you think about some of the
draft,
picks?
But people always say, what you think about the picks? I don't think nothing about the picks until they play.
That's right.
People always say, well, the Giants had a good draft, but Jets had a good. No, they didn't. We don't know that until these kids put it on the field and they produce. And we see the fruits thereof 3 years later down the street.
Are you still surprised, and I am, that these young black athletes still get caught up in the domestic violence situation? Yeah. Now, I used to come to your club when you had, and we hung out. We always had a rule. If under no circumstances do you put your hands on a woman, because just the accusation alone is going to cost you everything.
And it has.
I don't get it.
We've seen it play out. But oftentimes these guys are, people today, it's not a lot of realness and genuineness. So a lot of things that we see is people acting out trying to be something else. They trick or treating. Okay. And it ain't even October. So therefore, what's going on right now is the fruit there of what we saw in our parents or relatives. So they saw uncle whoop such and such. So they start to mimic that because they thought that was cool. That was the way to be a man, because it ain't no men really in the house playing the roles. And that's not right. And the thing that we're walking a fine line now, because we've seen someone that could lose their whole profession over domestic violence, and they should. But now you're empowering a lot of women.
Yes.
By saying, okay, all right, now come home late again. Let me catch out with that broad one more time. Yes. I'm gonna say this: you ain't gonna play no more.
Well, I mean,
you got you really got it. A real investigation got to be launched. A lot of this.
A real investigation has to be launched, but a lot of times, a lot of stuff we don't see. Stuff happens. Quake, come on, don't
what he's saying.
I understand what he's saying. I do understand that, but behind the scenes,
I say what he ain't saying. You empowering the side chick. You are giving the side chick power. You don't be with me.
No, you getting your wife power too, because if all this stuff goes down, I mean, she can start.
But you already gave your wife power by saying I do. You just don't do it. Lord, she already empowered by I do. What we saying is the side chick, the accusation, she has nothing to lose. Just off the accusation that you did this is at the point. That's why I tell them now, when I talk to the young brothers, I like, man, don't even argue with them.
Walk away.
Walk away. You self-sufficient. If they ain't helping you with your bills or your maintaining your lifestyle, you need to walk away.
Walk
Period.
All right, well, let's take it back to Deion's Family Playbook. It's coming up, the premiere second season, May 9th.
I'm happy.
Oprah Winfrey Network. Talk to us about you and Tracy. I heard you guys are having hard times trying to meet up because you guys are so busy and doing what you're doing.
We don't have hard times. We don't do that. When other people get involved, Tracy's mama tried to get involved.
What's up with you talking about Tracy's mom? I saw
mama
she popped mom up
I
on
don't
it.
play that. I don't play
What
that.
happened?
I don't play the in-law type. You can put the remote control down. You can turn no channels over here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't do that. I keep that out, and we have a relationship. It's not going to be involved with others. We don't do that. But she understood. She got the picture.
After a year of not talking?
Yeah, she got the picture.
And what was the picture? What was the?
No, we don't play that in Dallas. I'm not an LA dude. We don't play that in Dallas.
Yeah, you know what he's saying.
This is how we do it. This is what goes down at this address, and this is how it's going to be. If not, you got to get to stepping.
Let me find out.
It's either or. That's either or.
All right.
Tell us what's going on with your school?
We've partnered with another school called AAA Academy.
Okay.
So we basically went from 400 students to over 1,200 students overnight in a weekend, which is wonderful. It is extraordinary. I'm happy with the Commissioner of Education of Texas, who said, you know what, we're going to do this with your prior school, but I'm going to have you do this, and it's just going to enlarge your territory. And I'm happy about it. I really am, because I've found out everyone don't have your heart.
Nah.
Everyone can't see what you see or know what you know or want to do what you desire to do.
Right.
And you got to separate yourself at a point in time. And I had to learn that the hard way.
Me too. No, man, you hold them for a long time.
Yeah, I had to learn it the hard way.
Steve said that. Just because they came there with you don't mean they're supposed to go with you.
Yeah. Everyone wasn't meant for first class.
Exactly.
So once you get this one rolling again, are you going to think
it's
about...
already rolling.
It's already rolling.
They've been there for 16 years of credibility and stability.
Okay.
Just all I needed was the stability and the credibility. Now I brought all my babies over. Now we're sailing. We've been sailing for several months now.
Nice.
So it's a beautiful thing.
Would you think about expanding to other markets to do something similar?
I prefer perfect before I package.
Got it.
I want to perfect what we're doing, then we'll look elsewhere. Because, again, everyone don't love babies like you do, and to turn someone over to your brand and the child, that's tough.
And it comes right back to you. Don't want to hear that. No, that was an affiliation of mine.
Hey.
Well, it said Deion Sanders.
There was two other people hanging with Jesus, but you just want to talk about you.
Exactly.
There's two other people up there with you.
Yeah. Hey, man, I love you.
Appreciate
you know you always a phone call away. Anything you ever need me to do, anytime out there. Last time I see you, we was doing it for our boy Dr. Perry up there for the school
I
up
need to
there,
see
man.
You do your thing, though, man.
Yeah, you can come see me, man.
What I'm so proud of, he came in there and did something at a school. You got to understand, this is an educational place. So ain't gonna be no cussing or no fussing. And he wrecked. Yeah. He wrecked. He put a suit on that thing and bow tied that thing and left it in a tuxedo and wrecked.
All right, Quake.
Oh, no. Quake put it down. So I want to see you. Are you coming anywhere near Dallas?
Yes, I am. I'm coming down to Dallas. I'll be down. I'll be at the Improv there, and I'm also going to be at the arena there. Plus, I got a DVD for you now before I leave. I got one for you. You walking out here get one to your son, too. Y'all, one more time for my good friend, Deion Prime Time in the house. Sanders.